Okay, good morning. It's Wednesday morning. Um, Yesterday, the Pigeons had a bit of a training toss, and it's pitch black darkness in my loft. I have a bit of a problem with electricity this morning, and hopefully the municipality can sort that out. But so this is just our normal thing. They're waiting on the floor for some food. But we're gonna mix the food now and feed them. It's about 5 o'clock in the morning. So just our normal routine, checking the purchase, what the droppings looks like. You can see they're nice and round. You'll see the brown color, that's actually from the grit that they've been having. It's usually the redstone that makes it that color. Looking okay over here. Looking okay over here. Not a lot of down feathers. So what we're looking for is actually some down feathers to tell me that the pigeons are coming on to form. But that's not around at the moment, but that will come. I just want to have a wee look on the grass side. You can see droppings are looking good. A little bit of down feathers over there. So yeah, this section, I can't complain about the droppings. Just want to go and have a look on the far side. Over here, this bloke is still sitting here. And sorry, buddy, just get off here for a second. That's also what you want. All the droppings on one little pile means they've been sitting still, unbothered. And yes, a few down feathers. So even the stripper pigeon's droppings is looking good. So that is also a good sign. He's also in good shape. Let's just have a look over here in the last section. Looking good. All over looking good. There's some down feathers. So it's coming on a few of them. Good morning, everyone. So it is Wednesday morning, quite early and a bit chilly this time of morning. So don't mind my voice if I sound a little bit out of it. So I'm still waking up. Yeah, as promised, we're going to document as much as we possibly can in regards to our program going forward. And for some reason, my dog seems to bark at the exact same moment when I try to record a video. So let me just pause it for the dog to finish talking to the neighbor's dog. Okay, let's try that again. So like I said, we're going to try our very best to document as much as possible in terms of our medication, our training, our ups, our downs, in terms of the season. And so I'm just going to share with you, we were still on week 1 of the medication and training program and feeding program. And it's a 6-week cycle, so we'll repeat it every 6 weeks. So I'll go through the entire program, and as we progress, our program actually started at week 0, which is also, there's a video also where I said it's week 1, but it's actually week 0. Then it's week 1 to 6, so there's actually 7 weeks and not 6 weeks. So week 0 is just a preparation week for the medication to actually start. So please go have a look at the previous video. So just quickly, what we're going to be, just what was happening since we last spoke, is we actually had a nice little toss yesterday. They were supposed to go to Vredefort yesterday, but I missed it because my son had a bit of a medical problem. Broke his arm. Due to boys being boys and doing things that boys do. So I missed that, and then I took them in the morning. They couldn't go on a truck, so I took them to Paris yesterday morning, which was just over 100 kilometers from my house. And yeah, so I wasn't at home to see are they coming, but we do have them back. And we're still sitting now on about 40, I think it's 45 pigeons at the moment. That it seems to be our final team that will be entering the race. And so, yeah, let's, without boring you now too much on what's happening, I just want to have a quick shout out to one of my subscribers, Andre Wilken. Thank you, Andre. He brought something to my attention when he watched one of my videos, is that my water troughs for the racing pigeons was actually plastic ice cream bowls. And he said two things to me. He said, why don't you use glass? It's easier to clean and more hygienic. And secondly, the sunlight that gets into those bowls on that angle can affect the medicine. And I said to him, listen, I didn't even think about that. I knew it, but I completely missed it. So Andre, thank you. There they are. I've changed it now to 2-liter glass bowls as suggested. So yes, thank you for that. So I'm never one to shy away from good advice. I've long since realized that I don't know much, and I've got a lot to learn. So I like learning and new things. In my 20s, I knew everything. In my 30s, I started thinking I might know a few things. And now in my 40s, I realize I actually know nothing. So hopefully in my 50s, that's coming that the wisdom will prevail finally. So yes, I'm always willing to learn. So if you guys see something that you don't agree with or you want to ask about, then I can learn as much from you as you from me. And again, this program of mine is not about me trying to teach anyone how to fly pigeons or show people what to do or anything like that. This is merely a document. Let's call it a amateur documentary on my personal journey and racing season. So we will have a video at the end of the season. We're going to have a discussion on what worked and what did not work. That is the whole purpose of this. So take whatever you see here with a grain of salt, or apply your own mind and make your own decisions. You don't have to emulate or copy what I do. This is my program that I've developed, and so please use it wisely. You're welcome to ask any questions, but this is what I do, and I will keep you up to date on the results of the racing. Then the next, before we get to the medicine, the mock race that we have in the club from Wolveratstad is due this week, Friday. We basket for Saturday's Liberation, 220 kilometers. I am thinking of pulling out of that one. The reason is I think the pigeons are not quite there yet, but they will be able to make the flight. They will be able to get home, or it's not that. There are rumors of pigeon hunting on that route that we're gonna fly. That's gonna take place. There's a tournament of pigeon hunting on the sunflower fields. The farmers are harvesting sunflowers, and the wild rock pigeons and the bush pigeons are causing a havoc on the actual sunflower fields. So they organize these competitions to get rid of the wild pigeons that's devastating their crops. However, if our racing pigeons fly over those fields, there might be some inexperienced hunters and children that indiscriminately will shoot a flock of racing pigeons as well. Or there are some that knows these are racing pigeons coming through, but they just don't give a hoot. And those kind of people I don't have much time for, but there's nothing we can do. So I don't want to run the risk for it. It's a mock race. There's no union points involved. There's really nothing to be gained or lost on this particular race other than the prize money that we will fly for. So I have been told that the velocity will be quite high, and the pigeons should come in too high for the hunters to actually be able to shoot them if they do go over the sunflower fields. However, you never know what happens on the day, and the flock might hang low on the fields, and then we have a problem, and our season is over. And it will be absolutely heartbreaking if some of them come home with holes in their chest and You know, we love and care for them so much, and we do so much effort in a whole season to run that risk. It's not worth it for me. But I will still do my homework on the route and the winds and which route the pigeons will probably take, and then I'll make a decision. But at the moment, that's where we stand with the mock race. Okay, but if we do not do the mock race, I will still basket the pigeons for on the Union truck for Bothaville, which is 100 and either Bothaville or Kroonstad, which is 180 odd kilometers, which is still quite a significant distance, and we will still treat that as a race day in terms of our program going forward. So without any more holdbacks, let's go through the Wednesday program. So we had now from Sunday, Monday, and Saturday we had the electrolyte vitamin mixture that they came home on after the 150 kilometer toss. So this, and they also had the rich feed with pellets, all they can eat, the ones that went on the long toss up until the afternoon. The evening we went back to the 80-20 mix barley breeding mix, and then in the water we had on Sunday milk and vinegar. We had the 4-in-1 all-round antibiotic in the water as well. We had the canker treatment on the food, as well as the energy oil on the food. That we did for Sunday, Monday, and yesterday, which was Tuesday. So today is Wednesday, so we're changing things up. No more antibiotics anymore, and we're just gonna do a basic. This is basically a vitamin day, a supplement day, to boost the pigeons' form and make sure they've got everything they need to actually perform. So let's start with what's going on in the water today. So today we've got a multivitamin, 5 grams per liter, and this is different than the one we used on Saturday on the comeback. Saturday's product was more electrolyte than a vitamin. This is concentrated vitamins rather. So I only do 5 grams, which is 5 grams on 5 liter or 1 gram on a liter. So that goes into the watering can, of which we will mix soon, and that. So we won't be putting the milk and vinegar in today. So they will only have the vitamin today. And then in terms of the food, like I said, this is the 80-20 mix as previously explained, and here's what now the additives will come onto the food. So the first additive I've got is I put, this is a kilo or 1.2 kilos of feed more or less. I've got here, I don't know if you can see it, hemp seed oil. So I put these, this is not a normal teaspoon, it's about half a teaspoon size. This is one of those espresso coffee spoons. It looks bigger on the screen than what it is. So I put half a teaspoon of the hemp seed oil over the food, like so. And of course, hemp seed oil is very good stuff. And then I've got the this is flaxseed oil, and I'll be putting half a teaspoon of the flaxseed oil in there as well. And we're gonna give it a nice little mix. Make sure the oil is well covered. And then, and the hemp seed oil or the flaxseed is quite a nice smell. The flaxseed oil is quite nice to actually cook with, and you can try the hemp seed oil on your salads as well. I am a chef by trade, so I love my oils. And this product that I'm going to show you now is not a, it used to be a well-kept secret, but it's now well-known secret. And like you know, I don't keep any secrets. I tell you exactly what I do. And this is spirulina. Oh, you can't see it. Spirulina. So you can buy this from pharmacies, discount pharmacies, or your Pigeon supply stores will also have this in stock. And the dogs are now again barking, much to my annoyance. So I hope you guys can hear me. So for those who don't know, spirulina is a blue-green algae that's been actually used by human beings for thousands of years as a food source. Spirulina is the highest concentrated protein food that you can get in the plant world. There is 59 grams of protein in one, let me see, protein, 2.6 grams of protein for every 4 grams of spirulina. And then it's got a whole bunch of minerals and vitamins in it as well. It's been considered a wonder health food for many years, and you can go read up on all the benefits on spirulina. This is the powdered form. It's quite expensive, but the good news is you can actually make your own. It is a algae, although it's not a true algae. It's actually a bacteria that photosynthesize, but for our purposes we're just gonna call it an algae. You can actually make this. This is the powdered version, so the bacteria is dead, but you get a live version that you can actually also use to and you can make your own. The only thing you need is a clear container and an air pump and some sunlight, and you can make your own. But I don't have time for that, so what I'll do is I'll take, like I said, this is half a teaspoon. It's not a, so I'll take about let's call it 2 heaped teaspoons of the spirulina into the food with the oil, and that should be enough. And it smells like the sea. And then I'll mix it through. And Bob is your uncle. And it turns obviously the feed quite green. And there we go. So again, my feeding, how much do I feed? This is the normal vegetable can. If I make it full, that will be between 12 and 15 pigeons. Let's call it 12 pigeons. So yeah, so that is a can. That's what they'll get. I feed them until they leave about 5 or 6 grains of the barley in the trough, no more. Just 1 or, then I know everyone had enough. So we're trying the feed to keep them as light as possible. So they were having this now with the multivitamin in the water until this evening. And this evening I will change that out, and they will change to normal water for the evening, just before they go to the perch. And they will also be their last day of getting grids, and then we'll take the grid away this evening up until Saturday on the return. So yeah, guys, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. If you haven't done before, subscribe, press the like button, comment in the comment section, and it helps the algorithm. Yeah, and you're all welcome to contact me if you want to chat or ask any questions. I'm always willing to talk about pigeons. Thank you for your support. The channel has been getting some growth now, and I'm really humbled and flattered by it. So thank you so much. Bye bye.